Welcome back, guys. You're watching Victoria 2, A House Divided, as Belgium. We had a little bit of a snafu at the end of the last episode. I alt-tabbed out of my program temporarily, and when I did so, the recording in Fraps went black. So luckily I had saved my game just before I alt-tabbed out in preparation of that very thing happening, you know, Murphy's Law and all that. So you guys didn't lose anything, maybe a day at most. Nothing critical. Now, when I left you guys, we were at war with Sardinia-Piedmont, which the Swiss, our ally, drug us into, which that's fine with me because I am looking at taking Sardinia proper right here in the Mediterranean and looking to build a naval base there, which perhaps can aid my further expansion out into Africa et al. So let's see here. Affairs on the continent, I think, aren't anything I need to worry about right now. I do have some transports there. I could move some more troops around if I wanted to, but I should maintain a decent presence there. There's just too many powers around me. Let's not tempt fate. But we'll come down here. In the second war that we were engaged in, war, is against Johor. And they have 3 juicy gold provinces that we are just being greedy. We want them, so we're going to take them. And yeah, that's how that's going to go. Also rubber, which is a critical resource later in the game, which there never is enough produced of it. So if you can get some, you're good to go. So let's split these guys up, because I'd like to start sieging one of these other provinces at the same time. My navy's catching attrition right here, so I'm going to send them back home. No need them sitting there getting hurt. Alright. And basically at this point, we just need to let the game run for a little bit and siege these provinces. Now, the Swiss are winning this war here. They numerically have twice the number that Sardinia-Piedmont has, but hopefully they won't attack them because they're currently in the mountains. And that's how Sardinia, if you recall, wrecked their land forces earlier. They vastly outnumbered the Swiss, but the Swiss were in the mountains and didn't work out so well for them. So it looks like they have this war in hand, but we still did the good thing, gave it the college try, and helped out. And we're going to take a Mediterranean island for our efforts. So, liberal insurrection. Death to the king. Well, you know, even though we have, like a parliament, we still have a king, so we don't want to be hearing all that nonsense now. Come on. One thing I was thinking about is I do believe I'm going to increase my administration budget, which will encourage... Look at that. Look at that surplus. That's all Java, folks. That's how important it was, and this right now is twofold. Not only are we taking in all this extra income, which is nice. I mean, we could have got by without it. Our economy was already great. But this takes money out of the Dutch pocket. So now they have less money kicking around to try to defend themselves in the next engagement. I mean, I know I set this up, and historically it was set up to be that the Dutch were going to pick on Belgium. And we were kind of cowering behind the skirt of the UK a little bit after winning our independence 6 years prior to the start of the game, but this played out entirely differently. We just thoroughly routed Netherlands in the first war, and they had a much higher ranked military. We were ranked at 1.52nd in the world in military power, and they were, I believe, 11th through 14th, somewhere in that range. But you know, it's the AI, so. Alright, so they want to give us something. They'll go ahead and give up Savoy, which is this little bit right here, which I believe is historically French, but I don't want to peace out yet, of course, because I'm trying to get a little something in this deal. So we're going to wait and do that. Kind of like, you know, now it goes around, comes around. Austria snuck in the province of Dutch Bali into the peace treaty, despite the fact that they really didn't contribute to the war at all. Much to my chagrin, their alliance wasn't worth the paper it was printed on, as it turned out. But anyhow, now I am a war leader because I am a larger country than Switzerland. So I get to dictate the terms in this war that I've got engaged in. So everybody pays their dues. Learning how to be precise with machine parts will improve our production in ammunition factories. Okay, look at this. Chile has gone bankrupt. So I believe with as rich as we are, let's pause this, take a look at our budget. With as rich as we are probably loaning out all kinds of money. Yeah, look at that. Ottoman Empire, they always have to borrow a ton of money. What was it called? The sick man of Europe. That is holding up to be true. So 813 worth. I believe that's K. So like 813. No, I would hope not. Anyhow, so let's see how much Chile they were in it for 55. So we can actually, within our rights, declare war on them for trying to welch on their bet. And we could get something out of it if we wanted it. Let's take a look. I mean, this Chile's pretty remote to begin with, tucked behind the Andes, and historically not very fertile. A lot of desert, and mountains, of course. And it's not as if it's a really good jumping off point to colonize either. I mean, maybe if we wanted Easter Island, but I don't know why you would, other than maybe ship repair. But anyhow, sheep, fruit, grain. Yeah, it's all garbage. It might not even be worth it. Just, you know, as you grow up in life, you learn that sometimes you shouldn't do things just because you can. That is a bit of grunt. Oh, look at that. Not sooner had those words left my mouth than I was immediately backpedaling on them. Look, because of gold. Yeah, look at that. Northern Chile, that's good. The climate's a little bit better up there. Really selling myself on it. You can buy a summer house there. It'll be great. You can live by the beach. Right by the beach, man. Alright, let's see. Antofagasta. Oh, that's Bolivia. We can't even get that. I mean, we could get it. We got a war with Bolivia. No. Let's, yeah, I kind of... Is that their capital? I don't know. What is that? Like a meteor hit right there or something? I mean, it's gold, but like a ton of people don't live there. So it's not as if there's a ton of people working in the mines. Excuse me, to actually pull that gold out. I don't know. Maybe it might be nice just to have it. Which I'm weird, so I'd feel messed up just having this one strip of land because you got this little bit above it. So if you didn't take that, then it would be, you know, Chile, my land, Chile, and that would make me feel odd. So I'd have to take this one as well, which it's iron, so that's not horrible. Yeah, I don't know. I got a year to decide on it, because I got that, you get to keep that cost of spelling, not indefinitely, but for a year, so I'll stew it over, see what happens. I mean, the world might be completely different by that point in terms of what's the most pressing issue. Right now, I've kind of got power to throw around a little bit, which is a good position to be in, but let's not get too cocky. White peace? I don't think so. Yeah, you're not in a very good bargaining position right now. I was trying to look at maybe some of these North African Islamic countries, see if I could pick on any of them. Tunis is a large city, somewhat, but not a very wealthy city. No. And France has already taken all the good ground here. I mean, I guess those are decent iron provinces. Which, again, I'm weird, so if I just took this, I couldn't have a little landlocked blob. It just wouldn't logically or historically make any sense to me. So I'd have to connect it to the ocean. Like, I'd have to, and then if I took them, I'd have to take these and make a nice little province out of it. Oh, OCD. Let's see here. Oh, now Austria sends ships out. Yeah. 5th place. Yeah, they might come to blows with them. Maybe I can team up with Prussia at some point in a war against Austria, just for revenge about Bali. Which, you know, I say that, and they were the ones who actually came to my aid, at least in name, in word only, and joined the alliance where the Prussians declined me. Agitation dies down. That sounds good to me. Okay, we've got one of these provinces. Let's jump back on the ship now. And what's going on in Johor? How's that war going? Huh. Let's take him down. And then we'll just have one more to go. How long do you got? 60%. I could probably load some people up here, even if they're irregulars. Let's just take one. Yeah. Yeah, I can create an admiral. That's cool. Okay. Let's create 2 of them. He's pretty good. Let's take this guy. No. That guy. Load him up and send him over here so I can at least initiate the siege on Ipoh, because he's going to be here for a while, and he's still got a little bit to go there, but he'll eventually come over and join. And then we will be done with that war. I need to set a new technology goal. That'll be good. Alright. Only lost 200 or so soldiers in that conflict, killed 3,000. It's kind of how it goes when you play these uncivilized nations. They just seem to roll over. Alright, we have completely taken over the island of Sardinia, so that is good. And okay, Switzerland is fighting Sardinia out on the lowlands. And they need to send their other, well, I can see their predicament. They are so close to ending the siege, they kind of want to finish that out. But then again, their army is in a losing battle right here. If they don't, pull something out of their ass. Yeah, look at that. That might not go well for them. Anyways, what am I doing? Am I on my ship yet? Not yet. When are you gonna get there? On the 4th. Alright. Once I get on the ship, I'm gonna come back up here and help them out. Oh. Let's see. Yeah, Sardinia has significantly more, and they're chasing Switzerland up into the mountains, which could play in the Swiss's favor with the superior defensive position. And they almost had their capital recaptured at some point. They left the siege prematurely there. But who am I to judge? Alright, let's land these guys up here somewhere. Look at all this money I'm making. Okay, so there is movements that can take place in your country where people are going to band together towards a certain cause. And I'm trying to see what currently suffrage. So they want universal voting. I mean, right now, I'm doing a lot better than a lot of countries in 1836. I mean, you have absolute monarchies out there, which there's no voting. It's the king's there and he makes the decisions. And some places are going to have, one of these forms of limited voting. I'm kind of right down in the middle for the times. The wealthy, actually the middle and the upper class can vote. And that's somewhat progressive, especially for the time. Of course, you'd want to go to one of these universal forms at some point. Weighted universal, where everybody votes, but the rich votes count more. And then true universal. It's interesting they don't break that down to what the suffrage movements a lot of times really were about, which is women's right to vote and minorities' right. They're making it more of a economic issue. Might be playing it safe there. Our upper house, so I should probably explain this. There are some government types that you can't choose your ruling party. It's they're just voted in, like the United States is today, and also is in this game. So they can get voted in, but here in my government, since it's ruled by a king, in essence, I mean, there is a prime minister, kind of like, a bit like the United Kingdom is today, with a bit more emphasis on the king. So I can choose the ruling party, and right here you can see the upper house, which is similar to the Senate that's in the United States today. And it's quite evenly split between liberals, reactionary, sects, and conservatives. And then you see voter ideologies, very much similar as well. A lot of countries at this point in time are very much conservative. You'll find, actually see right here, so voters' ideologies, which isn't the same as my entire population's ideologies, of course, because not everybody can vote, only the wealthy. So this is really essentially how the middle and upper class feel. But the population, once you factor in the poor, they tend to be very conservative, it seems. Anyways, this movement, they want me to move to weighted universal voting, baby steps, and they're quite mad about it. Now, eventually you earn something called suppression points, and with suppression points you can kind of, you see, just like the icon would suggest, putting your heel on it, you're basically breaking up the rebels, sending the cops in, busting up the crowd, and kind of putting a wet bag on that movement a bit, as it were. But you have to earn those points, and given how popular the rebellion is right now, that movement, it is too big for me to try to do anything about right now. I just don't have the clout. So anyhow, I've landed my troops now, and let's head up this way. And actually one of them's headed to me. That's which way he's, looks like, retreating. Yeah, we'll go with more liberal. Chamber of Commerce. Alright. Yeah, we're going to join this war just in time. Looks like the Swiss pretty much routed him. Yeah, no contest now. As if they had a chance to before. Let's go ahead and start sieging these provinces. Looks like I lost a lot there, but that's actually including the numbers of the Swiss, who I feel lost much more. Alright, so I can chase these guys down, which I will do. And begin sieging this province. And just out of curiosity, let's see what they would take as a deal. Actually, you know what? I have to add a war goal in order to demand new things from them. Now, there's two ways to add a war goal in a war. One is just to add it, and that's going to cost more infamy. So, for instance, if I wanted to add, there we are. That's the island of Sardinia, as we know it today. If I were to just demand that outright, I would pick up 11 infamy. And my limit is 25. I currently have 10. So that would take me close to my cap, and it would take quite some time to burn that off. So we don't want to do that if we can help it. What we can do to get around that is to justify a reason. So manufacturer, put out some propaganda, leak something to the press, have some radicals start shouting about some side of slider injustice or birthright or whatever way you can to make it seem somewhat legit. Now, that doesn't always work out for you. Sometimes you get found out right away and you still end up picking up the maximum amount of infamy, but hopefully you at least dull the damage a little bit, because you do have some people that are on the fence, like, well, maybe they do, so things don't seem quite as bad in the long run. Usually you can get away with acquiring less infamy than you would otherwise, and sometimes, if you're lucky, you don't acquire any infamy at all. Alright. Fuck, they found out about it almost instantly. I ended up picking up 10 plus infamy on it. Damn, look at that. Over 20. That is quite a lot of infamy. I don't even know if I can annex Johor now without pushing me over the top. I may just have to risk it. Okay, guys, we have Johor completely conquered now, and let's see how much infamy it's gonna take to go ahead. Well, you know what? I've already picked up the infamy because I picked that up when I was trying to justify my war goal, so that's good. They don't double charge you for it. So actually, we're okay, and we're gonna go ahead and take another possession. Look at that, guys. We went from a very small country to, in a short amount of time, and let's let a couple days tick off so I can watch the changes of this jump in, and we are going to stop it on Christmas Day. There we go. Oh goodness. If you believe in that kind of stuff, that's alright. So we have several gold provinces, which is awesome. We have a rubber province, which is quite profitable, and we also have Java down here. So, look at that. Couple of great provinces down in Indonesia. Now, let's see what that's done to our population. Yeah, less people than I thought live there, actually, in that Singapore region, which only means that the production of, say, all that gold can greatly be increased once some more people start cropping up in that region, and we put more people to work in the mines, pulling out that gold. Alright, so one thing I was thinking about that I'd like to do is to change one of my national focuses. I'd actually like to encourage bureaucrats in Java. Excuse me, because if you have enough bureaucrats in a particular province, you can turn it from a colonial possession, as Java is now, into an actual state within your nation or empire. And the benefit of that, one of which is that you can build factories there. So that's cool. This is interesting. They're building another arms factory, even though we already have one. Don't know I necessarily agree with that. We will increase our steel factory, though, for sure. And I would like to build another, well, you know, cement. Yeah, it's pretty good. We'll see. We can expand this, though, and that. And what the hell, why not? Work for everyone. Another project going on, another railroad. That's cool. Of course, we were still now ranked 8th in the world. Big improvement over, I believe we started at 11th. I had some elections, went a little more liberal, nothing crazy. That's the majority, though. A little spike in the economy there in the new year, but we are still producing. I have this war over here in Savoy I need to try to resolve sooner rather than later. We have captured Turin, so now we can try to capture another one. But you know what? I don't want them taking over this province. You know what? It's gonna take them. Yeah, I'll just smash them. Whatever. So they're gonna lose Savoy. I'm gonna make sure that the Swiss get that. That'll be a nice little add-on for their territory. And because otherwise it's probably gonna go to the French or the Italians when Italy forms. Of course, Italy isn't a nation yet. Neither is Germany. A lot of people don't realize that those are relatively new nations. You know, hey, guess what? Those guys are there. You know, those guys that seem like the new babies to the party, they were already there. But I digress. So anyhow, we are gonna try to take the Mediterranean island of Sardinia from Sardinia-Piedmont. They'll just change their name to Piedmont. Whoopsh, geography jokes. This will be a good place to build a naval base, so we have a little bit closer access to Africa in terms of trying to colonize. Yep, they're running from me. Of course they would. That is so cool. I got all these people here. I'm almost tempted to try to go ahead and justify a war against these guys. But can't produce 2 war justifications at the same time. So we have to wait till our one with Sardinia-Piedmont finishes out. Oh, okay. First time we got one of these. This is where we can kind of enter the debate on a national issue during the election season and try to sway the population one way or the other by endorsing a certain ideology, as it were. A heated debate in Belgian Wallonie. The intensive election campaign has reached the boiling point where a fierce trade policy debate pits the friends of free trade against the pals of protectionism. Okay, the pals of protectionism. Let's see, how do I feel about it? Well, I tend to agree with the nationalist or conservative parties as far as what Belgium has to offer and what they do for me. I mean, I put my own personal feelings to the side, but these two parties allow me to have greater control over the economy and better military, so I will try to... You know, let's play it down the middle. I would not like anybody getting any militancy. I don't care enough about the issue for that to happen. Look at that. We have actually ascended to 7th place in the world. I was scared at one point that, you know, you got 6 months to hold on to that 8th or better spot, or you could, or you won't be a great power. You have to hold it for a while for it to actually take effect. And I was actually afraid at one point, you know, because we were sitting on that 8th position, if it dropped and I lose all those months of work trying to acquire the great power spot. Plus, you never know when you're going to get bumped down by another nation and lose everything that you worked so hard on in becoming one. So haven't been It has not been long enough yet, but I have a feeling it's soon. Spain is not long for the great power status. Battle of Chamberlain. Dun dun dun. Conquer some more, and let's see what they would accept. Oh, I still can't. Okay. Yeah, I still haven't justified it yet, so I cannot add a war goal. Unfortunately. Okay, another debate. Military spending. We need to upgrade the weapons. No, not. Don't be in favor of anti-military. No. Well, shit, they're all gonna go a little anti-military. So what I'm gonna do is choose the one that'll get them least in that way. Because as you can see, I play the game as a very warmongering nation. I feel that Paradox games, in a bit of a sense, are set up to be played that way. Particularly ones like, well, Hearts of Iron, of course. There's very little depth in that game outside of World War II. And, you know, researching weapons and military technology, but even Europa Universalis, very much, if you're not warring, I mean, yeah, it can be a fun game, but very much set up to be about warfare. Crusader Kings 2, another Paradox title, and Victoria 2, I feel like have much more depth outside of war. Crusader Kings with the family management of your dynasty, and Victoria 2 with all the politics and population types and the management of the economy. And yeah, you got your tech tree and your production and your factories, colonization. There's a lot going on, a lot of balls in the air to juggle. Religious policy in Vlaanderen. Let's see. There are no gods. You know what? I'm gonna piss somebody off. I have a feeling like if I wanted to be gamey, I could just choose this one because I don't feel there are as many atheists in Belgium at this time. It's quite Catholic. But yeah, look at that. Atheism, 0 voters. 0. So I'm gonna piss off some people that don't exist. But you know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna actually answer this one. Honestly, I don't believe that is a political issue, so we're gonna vote that way. Fine. Don't have to be gamey all the time. So here we go. We've got another province from Sardinia, and I wish I would justify that war goal already, because I'm tired of waiting, to be honest. Let's see. There's somewhere where you can check and see the progress of your manufactured war goal or reason for war. I do believe, but I do not see it anywhere in here, so that's okay. Oh, right there. 92 days to justify it. It'll go by before we know it. There we go, folks. There we go. In late April of 1840, we have ascended into the adult table of the world. Alright, congratulations. We will only go up from here, hopefully. One can hope. So let's see the great powers in the world. Not only have we bumped Spain out, but we even leapfrogged the Ottoman Empire, which, as we can see, is having a bit of money troubles right now because they're so far in debt. But still, that's still impressive if you look at all of the territory that the Ottomans have and all the status that they've had for so long. And this little tiny country here has already passed them by. That's good stuff. Alright. Ooh, look at that. Next up is Prussia. And I feel like that's a natural rival. We've got Prussia and Austria. So what we're going to do I mean, we don't have to, but I have a feeling we're going to get at least one more continental scrap over here in Europe. And what we eventually want to do, since these are the next two guys power-wise, is we're going to end up playing one off the other. So I'm not quite sure who yet. And you know what? If we're really skillful, we could play one off the other for one war and then go back around and do the other thing the next time. If we're able to repair the relations in time and everything. That could be fun. But let's see how far behind them we were, actually. So 113, 123, not that far. Not that far behind Prussia. Though that could change in a hurry if they're able to form the NGF. Let's see here. Yeah, we're all fairly close. All the way up to the Russian Empire. And then the United States jumps an entire tier above everybody else. And then the United Kingdom jumps an entire tier above them. So, you know, you've got Class A, Class B, and then Class C would be all of these nations, I would say. Anyhow, so has Hanover... I didn't notice if that event happened yet. Are they still a satellite? They are still a satellite. So we can't influence them yet, even though we are a great power. Oh, yeah, we can. Okay. Alright. We're going to start doing that. Though I may end up going to war with them. Actually, what the hell? They're already sphered by Prussia. So as soon as they drop out of the satellite of the United Kingdom, Prussia's going to go ahead and pick them up automatically. So that's not good. We do not like seeing that. So that means I guess we're going to put all of our eggs in one basket. I've always been told that's a good strategy, very prudent. And we're going to go straight balls to the wall for Spain, since they just landed on the market. Everybody's on an even slate. Nobody's influenced them yet. And we're just going to pour all of our production, all of our diplomatic influence into Spain. Though France will have the leg up since they share a border. We're not too far from them, so let's see what our relations are. 30. They're positive relations. I could increase it if I wanted to. How many diplomatic points do we have? We're totaled out. Why not? Increase relations. Sure. Alright. And as soon as we can add that war goal on, we will end this war with Sardinia and be at peace again. For one of the few times of the game. Full citizenship, I say. And in fact, nobody's in favor of that anyhow, so I believe in it, and it works out for gaming purposes. I'll take it. Sounds like a ship was built or sunk or something. I don't know. What do you want, guys? Yeah, I know you really want to give me Savoy, but I want more. Isn't that a little bit ironic? So we support jingoism, and the percentage of people that support pacifism gain militancy. Let me say that again. People that support pacifism gain militancy. Not too scared of those guys, to be honest with you. Let's see what happened. Alright. Liberal Party is still ruling. Oh, okay. You know what? This is interesting. So, even though the Liberal Party, out of the single, as a single party, they got the largest number of votes, the Conservatives and Reactionaries actually banded together. And through that coalition, they got more percent of the vote. So, they actually took over. And you do see that in the world. today. Even if it's not officially so much, like those two votes were split pretty evenly. You know, you got a lot for reactionary and conservative. Even things like politics here in the United States, you have probably what would be considered reactionary. Sorry, that was a bit loud. You know, something like the Tea Party would be considered pretty reactionary, and they align themselves with the conservatives, the Republicans. So, Jacobian rebels. Alright, so we've got a big rebel problem on our hands. So we just need to smash. Crush this as quick as we can. Did I pick up my... I may have picked up my, I did. Alright, so I can add this on there. Yeah, that's what I want. But now we have to wait 30 days for another diplomat to show up so we can go ahead and end the war. Or not even 30 days, actually. Looks like 2 weeks. That's cool. Alright, we can end the war now. Let's pause that. Well, I don't feel great about this because I mean, oh, I see what happened. I was trying to add a war goal for Switzerland, but they've already pieced out of the war on their own. That's fine. I was gonna give them that anyway, so that's cool. Good job, Switzerland. Way to go. Okay, still got these rebels up here. Yeah. Let's join these guys up and take them down. Alright. Load these guys onto these ships. And, yeah, let's go and peace out and take control of Sardinia. This is awesome. So, in the matter of only a few years, Belgium has managed to take control of 3 colonies, as it were. Sardinia, Johor, and Java. Pretty good. Nothing too shabby. And, yeah, let's go ahead and build a naval base there. That'll be good. And should we build... I believe we should build a fort, maybe in our capital, at least. Or important... well, we'll build oh, we can build both. Yeah, and our important port, we will build a fort and a port, and also a base. Yeah, I mean this rebellion looks intimidating, but it's actually not too bad. Victoria has a bit of a problem with rebels in general. A little too many rebellions. The uprisings are a little too large to make sense historically. But that's okay. And there we go. We have cleaned up our homeland. And we were actually at peace, guys. Oh, look at this. We can go to the next level Spain and ourselves can take our relationship to the next level. So we're gonna do that. We are now cordial. I doff my cap at you, Spain. And we have the lead. Oh, no, we don't. Fuck. We do not have the lead on France. France is already cordial. And they're at 20 and we're only at 7. They are pouring a bunch of investment in. Or influence in, I should say. Huh. Damn. Okay. Alright guys, well, I think I'm going to end it here and open this video up for comments so you guys can tell me where you think I should go next. Should I try to go to war with Atcha? I mean, if I try that, for instance, let's see, if I were going to establish a protectorate, I theoretically could get an infamy up to 10. Up to 10 out of that, and we're already at 20, so that would take us well over the limit of 25. But it's a gamble. I mean, I could get away with it. Who knows? We'd have to see. I could end up pissing the major nations of Europe off, and then I'll have a conglomerate of rape coming at my door, but yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, you guys tell me, should I just hang out for a while and build up my infrastructure, try to compete for Spain, and prepare until some of this infamy burns off and I'm ready to go after the Netherlands again? I mean, that's really, we need to keep our eyes on the prize. I think our truce with them is about to be up anyhow, and it'll be time for war again. So maybe that would be best. Let's see, our truce ends on the 13th. Oh yeah, we got a little bit of time. A little over a year, like a year and a half left there, so we'll see. We will see. Alright guys, well anyways, as always, I appreciate you watching. Be sure to leave some comments, not because I'm just trolling for love, because I'm really interested in what you have to say suggestion-wise about where I should go and what I should do next. Alright, take care.